Hey guys, here are the top 5 mistakes that new people make when they're playing Adopt Me. So the first one is buying the royal eggs. The royal eggs are really bad value for the money in game anyway, because the chances that you get a legendary is really bad, especially if you have the non-random sequence, which I do. It would be really hard for you to hatch legendary, so I would really recommend getting the gumball machine eggs, or you could get the cracked eggs instead, because those will give you, they have almost the exact same chance of giving you a legendary, and they're more cost effective. So rather than spending 1,450 on a royal egg, you can spend that much money on like 4 cracked eggs, and you have almost the same chance of hatching the pet that you want. So I think that it's a lot better, especially if you want a bigger inventory. Next thing is to trade away their neons too quickly. If you trade away your neons really quickly, especially if it's like a neon that just came out from an update, for example the neon crocodile, which came out like a few weeks ago, if you trade that straight away, then you won't be able to get profit when the event ends, because you won't be able to get the pet again. So that's what I'm saying from the events. Keep the eggs and spend it in the last week, just in case there's any new pets, because if you just spend it on, for example, this week's event pets rather than next week's, it would be a lot worse, because you could have spent it on that and got a lot of upgrades, which is what you want, because in this game you need to get a lot of upgrades, because otherwise you're not going to get rich and you're just going to be broke. Okay, another mistake that people make is making really bad neons. For example, like if you want to make a neon legendary, you don't want to be making a neon metal ox or a neon minion chick, unless you like those, but those are really low demand, and if you make those, you're not going to make any sort of profit. So if you want to do a lower tier neon legendary, I would go for the alicorns, the dragons, or those sorts of animals, because those can get better offers than the minion chick, the golden tiger, or the ox, because those are really bad pets and people don't really like them, and it's mostly because they're not very cute pets. I honestly find the golden tiger really cute, but a lot of people don't, and yeah, that's just not going to do you very well, especially if you want to upgrade. And the next one is trading for lower tiers and not being able to know what demand is. Demand is basically how many people want that pet. So for example, the cats right now, like the Siamese cats have really nice value and people really like them, and same with the munchkin cat as well. A lot of people like that as well, it's adorable. And lower tier pets that people don't really like, for example, are the swordfish, for example. That one is really low tier, considering that it's an ultra rare, and I'm pretty sure that the Siamese cat, the Siamese cat is an ultra rare, and it has higher demand than the swordfish. Why? It's because people find the Siamese cat much cuter than swordfish, and honestly I can agree with them for that, because honestly the Siamese cat looks a lot better, hence why it's worth a lot more, even though it's the exact same rarity. So that is one thing, like not being able to understand the demand of the pet. So whenever you're doing a trade, you should use values, and this brings me to my 4th point, and it's when people don't use values. If you don't use values, then you're quite likely to do really bad trades, and you obviously don't want that. You want to do really nice trades, and trades that will benefit you and help you get upgrades. So I think that you should, as like a beginner, you should trade for poodles, bakinikos, muskrats, those sort of pets, and then later on you can upgrade for other pets, such as like unicorns and things like that. I've actually had a mega unicorn before, but I don't have it anymore, which is quite unfortunate, but you know, it's okay, it's fine. But yeah, that is what I'm saying, to always try and get really good demanded pets, because if they have really good demand, then people are going to want them more and they're going to offer even more for them. Some of the pets that I would recommend to stay away from are the zodiac minion chicks, because in my opinion they're quite cute, but no one likes them, so can't lie about that. Then it's the metal ox. This is probably the most hated pet in Adopt Me, like out of like, it's just everyone hates it, not gonna lie. Now I feel like the Lunar Gold Tiger is such a cute low demanded pet, but obviously it's low demand, so I can't really trade for it because it will just downgrade my inventory. Same with the golden tortoise beetle, no one really likes that one either. But I definitely think that you should try and get golden penguins because they're so cute, and just look at them, they're absolutely adorable. I feel like ladybugs should have some sort of prepy value, but they don't, I guess. The chow chows I would stay away from, honestly. Same with the hummingbirds, unless they're mega neon, but other than that, no. The golden albatross is the exact same thing. The golden rat is honestly adorable, but it's really low demand, so no one really likes it. Same with the golden scarab, I honestly hate that one. I love the golden jaguar, I think it's adorable, but I just feel like if the neon colour was a bit better, I would probably want that. But it's honestly such an adorable animal to have, like I've always wanted one. Goldfishes, I think they're quite cute to have as megas or neons for ads, so if you want to add onto a trade or something, you can always add those in. Mega neon ghosts, they're the most adorable thing ever, you just can't deny it. Same with the show ponies, there's a lot of pets that you can actually use into ads. And the last thing that I'm going to say is a method for getting upgrades. If you don't know how to get an upgrade and you have some good pets and some really bad pets, try and do this thing called mixing. Basically, I'm going to explain it to you. So, mixing is when you mix a really bad pet with an okay pet to get a good pet. So for example, if I mixed, hold on, let me think. Okay, if I mixed let me just look in the journal because I have no idea what to say. Okay, if I mixed a Mega Neon Great Pyrenees with a I don't know, to be honest, with a cute pet, I don't know, another pet that isn't as high in thingy but it's in demand, but it's quite high in value, for example Sea Angel or something, or like the fish or something. If I mix those two together, someone might be able to give me something that is higher value, for example like a hare or something, or I don't even know, to be honest, but something that's higher value, they're most likely to give it to me because I have the Mega Great Pyrenees and that one is quite good in demand ish anyway. And I think it's really good to try and do the mixing thing, because then you're just mixing like your really bad and okay pets to get something really good. And you need to keep on doing that with all of your pets, and also remember to consistently make your neons and age them all up. That's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.